Hello, and welcome to Why I Love Warhammer, the series where I go into an unscripted ramble regarding why I love something in this hobby. And before I get too far into the topic, because this isn't about 40k, and you've seen the title, right? And here's the thing. So the main game that I play, the main kind of the one of the most popular one of the most popular games within the Warhammer section of the mini wargaming hobby is this Warhammer 40,000. It's got the books, it's got these armies, and it's incredibly high level. It's high ranking military officers. It's these elite of the elite in the Space Marines, the elite of the elite in the Custodies. It's these ancient alien races, these deeply sprung religious cults, demons, aliens, possessed elite of the elite, ancient robots, swarms from potentially outside the galaxy. Even the Imperial Guard are... these are still the elite of humanity. And it's warfare across this galactic scale, and they talk about these hive cities that feature trillions of people. Like, if you own a home on this planet, and you pass that home down to your children, and go so on and so forth, you keep going down. By the time we hit the 41st millennium, you own a hive city. You are the landlord for 1 trillion souls. So, that's incredible and epic. But we have these hive cities, we have these people. Not everyone serves in the Guard. Even though you can't get the models for them, they do have conscripts called White Shields, but they're not common. They're not, you're not going to be a guardsman. You're not going to be a White Shield. You might even aspire to be one if you lived in this universe. But for every member of the Guard, there'll be many who aren't. And so, with that said, the premise of Necromunda, this notion of these are the underhive people who, they're just trying to get by. They're forming these gangs, these roving hordes. You got officers trying to enforce the law in those areas, and that's incredible to me. I love that concept. I love this kind of somewhere between. Well, the standard gangs give me a slight RoboCop vibe, not in terms of the aesthetic, in terms of my understanding of what they do. And then for the Ash Wastes version of Necromunda with all the cool vehicles, that gives me a very Mad Max vibe. I love these little these bugs that they're riding. That's incredible to me. But overall, I think it's just a really interesting, really cool aesthetic for... it's a really cool aesthetic for a game. I love skirmish scale games. I feel like it's easy to get people into this type of hobby if you're starting at the smaller scale. I think it's really fascinating. I love the idea of the setting. My understanding of what the setting is, I think, is phenomenal. And you can see here, I'm pretty sure this is the most supported Games Workshop game other than 40k and Age of Sigmar. This is actually their third game. There are 179 kits in the whole of Necromunda. And that's huge. That is... a lot of them are these upgrade sprues, but even then, that's a significant range for Necromunda. Everything that I can understand about Necromunda, I think, is beautiful. Like, look at the bases. I really don't like doing my basing for models. I think that it's hard. I've always struggled to make it look good, and oftentimes I feel like it either detracts from the model, or I end up painting over the model that I've just spent ages painting, or it's kind of weird and patchy, or I'm doing the base first and then my model doesn't stick onto it correctly. It's a mess, right? And this isn't me saying, this isn't a video about my lack of skill at the painting modelling side of it. I'm talking about Necromunda here. I've said to myself for years that if I ever got into Necromunda, I would be getting the Ironhead Squat Prospectors. Mostly because their helmets are all the fish. They've got more fish bowls for their helmets than anywhere else. And if I got a couple of boxes of these, I could have all fishbowl helmets, right? I love my Space Dwarves. I love that they call themselves squats, because the Leagues of Votan that in 40k are the same species, but they don't like being called squats. The Ironhead Squat Prospectors, they don't mind. They've reclaimed the word. That's cool to me. But, like I say, you've seen the title of the video. I don't understand this game. I've tried. So, yeah, it's a skirmish scale game, but I don't really get... I mean, they've got a load of Genestealer cultists, which is cool to me, but yeah, now they've got these totally not Skaven guys. But I've not been able to figure out how to even start building a list. I want to have some kind of notion about where I'm aiming for and what is acceptable to start with before getting into this game. And I'd want to get that before, some notion of that before picking up the rules manual. But, yeah, let's just quickly Google, right? Sorry, my keyboard's a bit weird. How many points hang on a moment, let's try this again. Maybe how many points in a Necromunda game? Okay. In the book it states 1250 to 2000 points. So, okay, 2000 points in Necromunda. So then, let's load up Battlescribe. Battlescribe is a system for building lists where I'm convinced I'm the only person in the world who doesn't really get on with it. I'm end up having to actually... I've got to download another force. Normally I do this on my phone, where I do have Necromunda already present. Not seeing Necromunda. So that's fun. So I can't find Necromunda. Okay, but now let's try Necromunda Force Builder. Yak Tribe. This is one that I'm pretty sure was recommended by recommended by someone. But we see here, if I get to my boys the Squat Prospectors, starting credits 1,000. So I'm very uncertain about how to start building a list. Where am I going? Do I just buy one box and that would be enough to take to the 1,000 point games? I don't know. And this combination of credits with points confuses me. and just generally, this is a very and the characters and stuff like that. It's really hard. It's really hard to get into, and that's a shame because I think this is one of the most beautiful ranges that Games Workshop have. I think the models are wonderfully built. There's so much potential with them. They've got amazing terrain. The rule set's meant to be brilliant. It's hugely varied. It taps into this aspect of the lore of the world that I find endlessly fascinating. But I don't know where I'm aiming. I don't know where to start. I don't know how to begin. I mean, I know that's the same thing. I find the process of getting into this game just deeply confusing. And that's a huge shame, because look at these things. Those are amazing. I love how those look. I think that the terrain is phenomenal. I think I love these these Helamites. I think they're actually quite cute. I love this is the closest I think we're going to get to that squat land train that I fantasize about having returned to us. I want to play these guys, but I don't know how to begin. Can I just buy one box and we're all good and square and that's enough to play 1,000 points? Can I just get 2 boxes and have 2,000 points? What's the scale? I don't understand Necromunda. I know enough to be able to say it looks really cool. I've heard enough to say it's apparently got a really amazing rule set, but I can't find the information, not easily, to actually let me start playing Necromunda. And I want to play Necromunda. I want to get people into Necromunda because everything I've heard about it is positive. I really want to do a sequel video to this saying why I love Necromunda. Unfortunately, all I can say is Necromunda seems cool, but I don't understand Necromunda. Do you understand the game? If so, please let me know in the comments, because I want to be part of this section of the game. I want to experience it. I want to, I want to start looking at Necromunda lore videos. I want to really throw myself into this game. But if I don't know where I'm even going to start from the gaming side of it, I'm not sure I'm necessarily going to be able to take that step to throw myself into this as much as I'd like to. So, do you understand Necromunda? Comment below. Tell me what you know. Help me begin, because I want to play with you guys. And if you want to like this video, I'd appreciate that. If you hit subscribe for unbridled positivity and maybe more videos like this where I explain why something is really cool but I don't understand it. So subscribe for more. I've got the various memberships and memberships open, Patreon in the description, yada yada yada. Thank you to the channel members. We've got for our channel members Richie, Shree, Shroom and Ash. Thank you very much for your continued support. And with that, I will see you in the next video. And until then, I hope you're all having a really good day.